So, welcome to the next tutorial. This one I'll go through exporting a assault rifle. I'll be doing this for the Norwegian community faction that's being made for Project Reality. I might as well go from scratch. Now, here I've just basically opened up a new document, a new scene, and I'm going to add in the model that the Norwegians have given me, which is this one here. Alright, no sight on top, so we'll have to add that on. What I like to do to begin with is make sure the pivot points are all centered and move it to the center of the scene, like so. Alright, from there, what we'll do is we'll go BF2 utilities, and in here we'll go mesh importer, and we're going to import basically another weapon to make sure that we get the right size to begin with. Last thing we want is to have a weapon that's too large or too small compared to the weapons in game. So we'll just do that by finding the unzipped folder. If you're using this for better PR, I recommend you make a PR edit folder. And we're going to use the MEC optic G3. Nope. Basically you can use any weapon as long as you know you can get the right size. I'm just going to use an old export that I did. Okay, and as you can see, if we just move the new model across, you can see that our new model is way too large. Alright, the bloody pocket artillery. Alright, so what we're going to do is a simple scale down and just line it up, make sure we get the right size going on, so that's perfect, right on, dead on, perfect. Okay, so from there we can just go ahead and delete that was only in there for size. Okay, so we now have that one working, and this is the correct size. Right, from here I'm going to add the sight, and we have here the ACOG. I'll include this as well in the tutorial. Basically what it is the sight itself as seen here, and then this big thing here is when it what shows up when it's basically a 3D zoomed up sight, and as you can see if you get closer you can see the little reticle. So what we're going to do in here is basically move the sight onto the rail, the weapon, where she belongs. I apologise, I've actually suddenly come down with a cold, so my voice is probably a bit over the place. Alright, so that's on there. Now what we're going to do is just hide that, get that out of the way for now, and we're going to we'll do all the textures. Alright, so we're going to leave the max scene for now, and we're going to open up the texture files. I'll also include these. Basically, whenever you're given a model, they'll include all the texture files for it in DDS format. If they're not, throw it back and say, "Oi, mate, we need it in DDS," and they'll organise that. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'll just grab them all, copy those, go to your PR edit folder, objects, weapons, handheld, like here. Just make a new folder, name it what you're going to call the weapon, so I'm going to call it NOR for Norway, RIF for rifle, underscore AG3 underscore F2. Now, because I actually already have a folder exactly called that, I'm going to underscore it again and just say tut. But you would leave the tut bit out, just make it AG3 F2 and finish it there. Alright, inside there you want to make another folder and call it textures, and then inside that paste all your textures like so. Alright, now back into your scene, we'll just delete this bounding box, open up material editor, default key M, and just select here, let me clean that still. Alright, select your first ball, standard BF2 bundle mesh. This is going off that you've done the other tutorials, so you should know how to set up the textures, and you should have the BF2 tab up here with the PoE tools. Okay, so first ball, color, and I'm just going to search down till I can find handheld. Then we're going to find NOR rifle underscore blah 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 tut, which is there. Go to textures. Alright, and this will be our textures folder. It's got all the things in it. And to start with, we're just going to go with the main body as a color. Normal map. They should have. No, they haven't organized a normal map. That's fine. We'll just use the color map. Alright. Apply that to your main model. Alright, basically the guy who's given me this has done pretty well. He's actually named each part of the mesh to the same part, so the corresponding texture file, as you can see up here, object main body camo blah blah blah. Alright, this one object moving parts. Alright, so we're just going to go, I'm just going to rush through this and pick all the textures and texture it, and you can just watch. Now, it's better to use bump maps if they're available. Some texture artists make them, some don't. It's kind of annoying. Not much you can do about it, unless you're a texture artist yourself and you know how to make one, which I would recommend you learn doing. I'm not going to cover that though in this.